Once upon a time, there was a young man named Siddhartha who lived in a small village in India. Siddhartha was a curious and intelligent young man who was always looking for ways to improve himself and his life. One day, he heard about a wise old monk who lived in a nearby temple and decided to seek his guidance. When Siddhartha reached the temple, he found the monk sitting under a tree, meditating. Siddhartha approached the monk and introduced himself. The monk smiled and welcomed Siddhartha, inviting him to sit down. Siddhartha asked the monk how he could improve his life, and the monk replied, "My dear young man, the power of positivity is the key to a fulfilling and happy life." Siddhartha was intrigued by the monk's words and asked him to explain further. The monk began to tell Siddhartha a story. Once there was a man who lived in a small village. This man was always negative and saw the world as a dark and dreary place. He was unhappy and never found joy in anything. One day, this man decided to go on a journey to find happiness. He traveled far and wide, but everywhere he went, he saw only misery and despair. He met people who were starving, people who were sick, and people who were lonely. The man felt hopeless and started to believe that happiness was impossible to find. One day, the man came across a beautiful garden. The garden was filled with vibrant flowers, exotic birds, and peaceful stream. The man was amazed by the beauty of the garden and decided to rest there for a while. As he sat there, he noticed a gardener tending to the plants. The gardener was humming a happy tune and seemed content with his work. The man was curious and asked the gardener, "How do you stay so positive and happy?" The gardener replied, "I focus on the beauty around me and I saw the potential in every plant I tend to. I believe that with hard work and patience, every plant can grow into something beautiful. I focus on the positive and see the good in everything." The man was amazed by the gardener's words and decided to stay in the garden for a while longer. He started to focus on the beauty around him and started to see the potential in himself. He started to believe that with hard work and patience, he could grow into something beautiful. Slowly but surely, the man started to change. He became more positive and started to see the good in everything. He found joy in the little things and started to appreciate the beauty in the world. Years passed and the man returned to his village. His friends and family were amazed by the change in him. He was no longer negative and unhappy, but instead he was positive and full of life. He had found happiness and it had changed his life. The monk finished his story and Siddhartha was inspired by the message. He realized that the power of positivity could change his life too. Siddhartha left the temple feeling hopeful and motivated. He started to focus on the positive and found joy in the little things. He worked hard and was patient, and slowly but surely, he started to see the good in everything. Years passed and Siddhartha became a wise old man. He lived a long and fulfilling life, and his legacy lived on through the teachings he passed down to others. The power of positivity had changed his life, and it could change yours too.